What's up, guys? I think you know what time it is. It is time for another reaction video. And today I thought it would be a great time to learn more about you lovely UK people. So today we're going to be doing a video titled 101 Facts About the UK. The guy sounds British in the video, but his channel says he's actually from the US, or at least that's the location for it. At least skimming through the comments, it seems pretty factual. And I know that you guys are really good about fact-checking these type of videos, so I'm not really too worried about that. So yeah, we're going to learn 101 facts about the UK today. I'm super excited. So yeah, with that being said, I think you know what to do. Like always, please comment, subscribe, and like the video. I do truly appreciate it, and it's definitely been helping the channel a lot. It is going to be a longer video. The video itself is 28 minutes, and then with my commentating, it will probably be a pretty long video. But anyway, let's get into this and learn 101 facts about the UK.
Good evening, afternoon, morning, or any other time to you loyal motherfactors, and welcome to this
Motherfactors, I love that.
rather British version of 101 Facts. I'm your designated subject, Sam, and today I'm here to talk about the country of James Bond, Sherlock Holmes, Doctor Who,
Churchill, the Beatles, Sean Connery, Harry Potter.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys have some of the best actors in really good movies that come from the UK. So I really do appreciate that.
I'm here to talk about the United Kingdom. But how much tea do we drink as a nation every day? How many times do we have sex in our lifetimes? Okay. Do we have sex?
Okay. Alrighty, I hadn't previewed this, so whatever, here we go.
With the tea. 2 out of 3 of those questions are going to be answered, so kneel before Her Majesty the Queen and prepare to receive a knighthood from the Facting Empire, while eating a crumpet and mainlining swan blood. Lovely stuff. This is 101 Facts about the United Kingdom. Number 1. In case you thought this was a video about me calling a knight named Ed Kingdom, it ain't. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland is a sovereign country consisting of England, Wales, Scotland, and, guess who, Northern Ireland. Number 2. The Union Jack is a Marvel character, but also a flag.
I think someone said in the comment that was wrong. I'll have to look and just when the video's done, but I don't think it's called the Union Jack.
Rather cleverly, it's the flags of England, Scotland, and Ireland's St. Patrick's Saltire flag all merged together.
Oh. Okay, that is actually really cool to merge them all and you just get one flag. That was awesome.
Sorry, Wales, there was no room for a dragon on there. Number 3. St. George's Cross is widely known as the flag for England. It is a red cross atop a white flag and came into use in the late 18th century. Sorry, I'm not sure why I'm doing that dusty old librarian voice, but I can't seem to help it. Number 4. St. Andrew's Cross is the flag of Scotland. Come on, stop doing that voice. According to legend, it's a cross because of a battle between the Scots and the Angles. Nope, not those kind of Angles, although that is a cute one.
Oh my god, the puns.
During this battle, the clouds in the sky apparently formed into an X, thus marking the flag. Number 5. This is Wales's flag, which is a lot better than the others, mainly due to the fact it has a dragon on it. But why? What?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty badass to have a dragon on your flag, like nation flag. That's pretty awesome.
Well, my sugar plum fairy. It was the symbol of the King of Gwynedd, named King Cadwallader. Number 6. Northern Ireland doesn't have its own flag. Sorry, Northern Ireland. Number 7.
That's so sad. They just get left out. I mean, they have the UK flag, but still.
7. England and Wales were united in 1536 like ex-lovers. Then Scotland joined in 1707 like a swingers party that created Great Britain. Renamed the United Kingdom in 1801 when Ireland was added too. Number 8. As of 2013, the population of the UK is 64.1 million.
Wow, that's actually a lot more people than I was thinking. I think that's actually relative to the population of Russia. No, God, no, sorry. God, where was that? I know that's bigger than the population of Canada, though. And for such a small landmass, no offense, guys, that's a lot of people.
England has 53 of those millions, Scotland has 5.3 million, Wales 3 million, and Northern Ireland 1.8 million. So yeah, 53 million for that, for just England, that is a lot of people. I'd have to look at comparison like square miles and everything to see how big it is, but that's a lot of people in one little area. Number 9. The UK is close to 95,000 square miles.
And sorry guys, when I say little, I mean I'm from the US. I mean everything's big over here, so.
Number 10. The UK's longest coastline is around 5,000 miles. The exact distance the Proclaimers will walk for you. That's nice. Number 11. Our highest mountain is Ben Nevis because we like naming things Ben in the UK. Benny Boy can be found in Scotland at just over 1,340 metres high.
Oh, 1,340. If you go in yards. Sorry guys, I'm not on the metric system. I want to say it's like 33, maybe close to 4,000 feet.
Number 12. We have, and this is an actual measurement, a ton of history in the UK, dating all the way back to 6,500
I was to say, yeah, you guys have some amazing history.
BC. All over the UK, you'll find monuments marking its history, from Stonehenge to Buckingham Palace. Number 13. Perhaps because of this, and because its residents are kooky folk like me, in 2010, 29.6 million people visited Britain, spending an average of £563 per person and stayed 7 days on average. Number 14. We also can't move for bloody castles. There's actually 600 to 700 all across the country, and no, alas, I don't live in one.
Yeah, I've never seen a castle in person. I really do want to do that. That would be really cool. And since you guys have 600 and something, that'd be, I guess, a good place to go and see a lot of castles.
Number 15. We also have plenty of places of enlightenment and worship. Pubs. Why? Why is that bad? What do you think I meant? By the end
Instead of church, go to pubs.
of 2015, there were around 52,750 of them. I bet it...
52,000 bars in just the UK? I mean, I have no idea what the US has, but that's a lot of bars. Or, sorry, pubs.
At least 50,000 of them were named the Red Lion or something. Number 16. Oh, according to the Daily Mail, which is something you shouldn't read, by the way, there are 518 pubs in the UK with the name Red Lion. Well, you can keep your Red Lion, mate, because I know which pub I'll go to wait for things to blow over.
Go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all this to blow over.
Winchester for life. Number 17. There are stranger pub names out there, including the Bunch of Carrots in Hereford, the Quiet Woman
Bunch of carrots.
in Buck...
And why is the quiet woman, like, her head's cut off? Is that, like, that's what makes her quiet, I guess? I mean, isn't that offensive?
and My Father's Moustache in Lincolnshire. Number 18. English is the official language spoken throughout the UK, clues in the name. But there are other official languages too, such as Welsh, Scots, ordering a kebab while drunk,
What?
and Gaelic. Alright, who's laughing at Gaelic? Own up. Number 19. Contrary to what some believe, we're not exactly led by the Queen anymore. The United Kingdom is a parliamentary democracy, which means the government is elected by the people. Number 20. There's a general election once every 5 years to find out who our next PM is going to be, like a very long, tedious, and very boring talent show. The Prime Minister, or the PM as I just said just then, leads the government with the support of the Cabinet, not a literal cabinet, as well as ministers and members of Parliament. Number 21.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think, pretty similar. The US, we do presidential elections every 4 years. So 5 is really not that long, I don't think. I mean, I guess it depends on who you have in office, but it doesn't seem that long.
The UK has had 76 prime ministers, including the great Winston Churchill and...
Yeah, I was going to say, Winston Churchill was an amazing prime minister, and you do more research on him. But I want to say maybe your guys' best, but again, I only know of him, so I'm not for sure.
Others. Number 22. The first female prime minister was Margaret Thatcher, who seemingly had a hoot. So
Okay, I actually have heard of her. I had no idea she was the British prime minister or UK prime minister.
much so, she ran from 1979 to 1990 and is the longest serving prime minister for over 150 years. Number 23.
Okay, so real quick, do you guys have a rule of how long someone can be in prime minister? If they keep getting voted in, can they just like serve forever? Because I know that's one big thing in the US is you can only serve 2 terms, and that's it. You can't serve any longer than that.
3. The United Kingdom joined the European Union in 1979, but, not anymore. Well, not yet anyway, since we're apparently Brexiting the F out of there due to a referendum in June 2016 because reasons. And a bus, mainly. Number 24. In fact, Collins Dictionary made Brexit, which sounds like a breakfast cereal specifically designed for people with diarrhea, but is actually an admittedly terrible fusion of the words Britain and exit, their word of the year in 2016. Number 25.
Yeah, you guys keep mentioning Brexit. I don't really know too much about, so probably have to look into that too. Because yeah, I just don't know hardly like what exactly the downsides or the upsides were of being a part of the European Union as opposed to not. So that could be an interesting topic. If you guys have a good video that explains that, please comment and let me know.
Her Majesty the Queen of England II is the head of state in the United Kingdom. As a constitutional monarchy, Her Majesty does not rule the country as such, but the royal family fulfills important
I love that little caption. I could still have you hanged.
ceremonial and formal roles, like celebrating lots of birthdays and showing off their children and corgis. Love you though, Your Madge. Number 26. Along with our Queen Lizzie, there's a whole family of royals. Yes, thank you, Lord. Right at the top of the family tree is the arrogantly named Alfred the Great, who defended his kingdom against the Vikings. Number 27. Windsor Castle, where the Queen spends most of her time, is the largest royal home in the world. It's also
That is huge. I had no idea. Like, look at those walls.
oldest continually inhabited royal residence in Britain, don't you know? Having been built by William the Conqueror around 1080 AD.
Oh my god, the fact that that's so old and I'm assuming probably pristine condition, that is amazing. Are you allowed to go, I'm just wondering, are you like allowed to go into Windsor Castle? Or is that like off limits? Is that like, that's the Queen's, right? Like that's her private property, no one's allowed in, or is that, or like can tourists and people go in there?
Nowhere in the UK is more than 75 miles away from the sea, which is quite lucky really, given that we do like to be beside the seaside, oh we do.
I mean that is, okay, I mean I gotta admit, that is pretty awesome. It'll only be like an hour, maybe less than an hour and a half away. Like I live in the Midwest and I want to say I'm like 20 hours, probably close to 20 hours away from any ocean. Like it's ridiculous. And I've only seen the ocean once because of that, because it's just so far away.
I like to be beside the sea. Except me, actually. I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating and it gets everywhere. Number 29. London is the capital of England and the UK, by the way. Just in case you weren't aware. Hey, it's a fact, can't sue me. Number 30. Just in case you visit and need to know the laws, you need to be 18 to drink alcohol and you're not allowed any drugs at all. Not even marijuana. Soz, chaps.
Yeah, but some people have commented like you have to be 18 to buy it, but you can only be 5 with parental permission to drink it. So that's definitely kind of a different thing than over here. I think with parental permission you might be able to drink, but it's definitely kind of looked down upon. Like if you just see like a little kid drinking a beer or wine or something, I mean you're gonna like be questioning the parents like what the hell are you doing type of thing. I feel like once you hit like 16 or so, like there's a lot of underage drinking that goes on over here because our drinking age is 21, and that's not quite looked as down upon. I think you can get in trouble, fined, misdemeanor, potentially jailed or juvenile or something. I'm not for sure, but that's definitely a big difference.
But hey, have a cup of tea instead.
I miss cocaine. Sorry, that's just too funny.
Number 31. Rather stereotypically, speaking of tea, every day us British drink 165 million cups of tea, which is over
65 million cups of like 60 million, was it like almost 3 cups of tea a day per person?
Times more than the average American. I think I'm responsible for at least an 18th of that figure. Clive, give me a tea. Number 32. When you think of British food, you probably think of this, or this. Well, what about...
Okay, yeah, I've never heard of sausages. I mean, obviously I have, but like I didn't know that was a thing for the UK.
This. You should, because the United Kingdom recently named chicken tikka masala as a national dish, which is a spicy curry created in Britain and is actually unheard of in India itself.
I mean, it looks amazing. I mean, that looks delicious.
Number 33. Speaking of fish, and indeed chips, the first fish and chips restaurant was opened in 1860 in London by a Jewish immigrant named Joseph Malin. So thank you, Joseph, for giving me that sweet, sweet newspaper-wrapped, batter-drenched heart attack. I owe you one. Number 34. Speaking of heart attack, a popular national food of Scotland is haggis. Sheep heart, liver and meat.
Oh, that looks disgusting. I'm sorry, that's just nasty. little too gross for me.
Mince encased in a stomach. Mmm. You want some haggis, Americans? Do you? Do you want some haggis? Number 35? Well, that's too bad, because it's illegal to import haggis from the UK into the US, as the American government has declared that sheep lungs are unfit for human consumption. I mean, how dare they?
I mean, some of the food that we eat is ridiculously unhealthy, so the fact that they have a ban is ridiculous. But I can't say that I'm sorry for that, because that looks disgusting.
Have they tried American chocolate? It tastes like disappointment in a bar. Number 36. The Christmas tree in Trafalgar Square is presented every year by the people of Oslo
really
in gratitude for London's assistance during World War II. Number 37. James Bond, or Secretive Jimmy as I call him down the pub, is one of Britain's national heroes. And one of the first people I did a 101 fact about, don't you know? His code name, 007, was inspired by the author Ian Fleming's bus route from Canterbury to London. So there you go, not only do you know that now, but you also know the bus route to get from Canterbury to London. You're welcome. Number 38. The London Underground subway, or the Tube, is one of the oldest subways in the world. The 409 escalators in tube stations cover the distance every week, which is approximately equivalent to several trips around the world. So you probably can't ride them all in a day, I'm afraid. Sorry to quash that dream. Number 39. Despite being named as such, more than half of the London Underground is, in fact, above, not underground.
Oh. Yeah, like why would you name it the underground if only 50% is indeed underground?
Number 40. The longest escalator in a tube station, incidentally, is at the station Angel, and is the 4th longest escalator in the world. I should know, I used to ride the bloody thing all the time, but then I realised that skiing down it is far better, like this guy does. Number 41. A new breed of mosquito was found in the tube tunnels in 1998. Scientists believe it mutated from a species that came to the London Underground when it was built in the last century, and has since evolved into a separate species. The meaning?
Is it okay? I guess with people and they heat the tube, I would think being like underground it would be kind of cold. I've never been in a underground bus station. I know we have them in America. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I'm surprised that mosquitoes just like grow and kind of dwell underground if it's chilly. But I guess with everyone being in there, they probably do heat it. Sorry, it's just me babbling.
Of life. Oh hey, London, by the way, hosted the 2012 Olympics in 2012. This was the 3rd time they did so, the first in 1908 and the second in 1948. Number 43. Wales is actually home to a town called... Oh, bloody hell, really? Do you expect me to read that? Okay, let's give this a go. Lanfair Lanfair Paul Gwyngyth Queen.
Why? Just why? Is it like one of those things you just do it to do it like that long?
Droboth. The land for... Oh, screw it. Naomi Watts, help me out here. Thank you. This translates to St Mary's Church in the hollow of the White Hazel near a rapid whirlpool at the Church of St Tisilo near the cave.
That's a very specific destination.
Which is just as snappy. You go, Wales. Number 4. There's only a 21-mile gap between England and France, and the countries are connected by the Channel Tunnel, which opened in 1994. It's the world's 2nd longest underground tunnel, and no, you can't see fishes out the window like I thought you could.
Huh, I mean, that's still really cool, though, that it's connected. And yeah, 21 miles is nothing. That's pretty awesome. Like, you could live in the UK and work in France. I'm sure people do. I would imagine people do.
I know. I was just as disappointed as you. Number 45. John and Mary, no, not those two, that was so last month, have been revealed as the most popular male and female names for the last 500 years in the UK. I'm sure Sherlock has joined them now, along with Twerk and Brexit probably, #satire. Number 46. A new study shows that Smith, Jones and Williams have been the most common surnames for nearly 180 years. So there's going to be plenty of Twerk Joneses out there soon. Wow, that kind of sounds like a detective. Twerk Jones on the goose. Number 47. Speaking of twerking, kind of. According to The Sun, most Brits will have rumpy-pumpy love time, sex, a total of 4,239 times in their lives. Just one more time for me and I've beaten the average. Just kidding, it's around 4,239 more times and a half. Number 48. When the UK was asked what our favourite steamy position for sexy time is, we answered near unanimously, with 31% of us saying, I don't have a favourite. Wow, we are a decisive bunch, us lot. Number 49.
You guys just like to try out everything, huh?
We bloody love fish and chips and Yorkshire puddings and gravy and crumpets over here. The stereotype is true. Which is probably the reason why England has the highest rate of obesity in Europe.
Oh, okay, I thought he was almost going to say the world. I'm like, I think the US is higher.
That said, we do spend a lot of calories queuing up for stuff. Wow, I'm being really racist to myself here. Number 50! Haha. The United Kingdom has brought some of the world's greatest musical artists ever, including the Beatles, Robbie Williams, the Rolling Stones, Queen, Black Sabbath, Robbie Williams, David Bowie, The Who, Oasis, Iron Maiden, Robbie Williams, and of course the Spice Girls. So, yeah, you're welcome, rest of the world.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said Robert Williams twice, but yeah, I knew that. I knew that the UK had definitely a big influence on music, especially in the 70s and 80s, I believe. And yeah, so thank you for that. I'm not the biggest fan of some of the bands. I mean, they were huge for their time, so, and they're still huge.
Number 51. In fact, the Beatles are the highest-selling and most successful musical artist of all time, and they came straight out of the UK, Liverpool to be precise. Number 52. TV and soaps are also a big dealio. The most watched TV episode of all time in the UK was of a soap set in London called EastEnders. Specifically an episode in 1986 on Christmas Day, which pulled in 30 million viewers.
Wow. I think he's trying to say like a soapbox, like a soap opera, I think is what he's trying to say. Or at least that's what I would think.
Number 53. We also love our comedy over here, given that we invented the concept. Come at me, bro. And have produced many, many funny shows and sitcoms, this not included. A YouGov poll found that the sitcom considered the funniest and most popular is Only Fools and Horses.
Okay, I love some British comedians in comedy. Like the IT Crowd, I think is an excellent show. Obviously, you have Ricky Gervais, and there's more. But when they have The Office, I know, sorry guys, but the American Office I know is really kind of what blew up. Because I know they tried to do the UK office or the British office over here, and it didn't work out. Probably because we just don't, for the most part, we just probably don't understand British humor. But to say that you guys make the best comedy, I'm sorry, I don't know if I quite agree.
Number 54. In 2014, 10,908 umbrellas were lost on the London Underground, as well as 20,000 mobile phones. So if you need to get dry and get a new phone, hop on the tube. You never know what you might find. Number 55. A human skull and prosthetic legs have also been found in London without their owner. Oh, Bethnal Green, that's where I left my human skull. I ruined that performance of Hamlet using a basketball instead. Number 56. It was just above a pub named the Red Lion on Great Windmill Street in London that Karl Marx made his...
Wait, I think it showed that there's two Red Lion places side by side.
Marx by drafting the Communist Manifesto. It's now a be-at-one cocktail bar, which is, I'm sure what he would have wanted. Number 57. Football, or soccer ball, as it's known, is a massive part of UK culture. In fact, it's such a phenomenon that some YouTube channels do videos about football daily. You're welcome, guys.
Oh, wow.
There's your shout out. Now, stop flooding my inbox with pictures of Joe naked, please. Number 58. We love football so much, as a nation, not Clive and I individually, we're more into bowling, that there are over 5,300 clubs, 7,000 teams, and over 100 stadiums across the UK. Number 50.
I mean that's a lot of soccer. Sorry guys. I have to say soccer to differentiate between our football. Yeah, we definitely don't have near as many stadiums. I don't think we have maybe a few hundred. Almost every small town has their own football team and stuff, so it's probably close to that. I mean, Americans definitely love the American football, NFL, all that stuff. So it's probably pretty close to that. And I never understand why we call it football. Like, soccer totally makes more sense to call football than the American football. Like, you hardly ever actually kick the football over here, so I don't understand why they call it that.
9. But not everyone likes football. Many kings, such as Edward II, III, and IV, and Richard II, wanted to actually ban the beautiful game completely. Number 60. Even Shakespeare apparently disapproved of football, specifically mentioning it with disdain in his play A Comedy of Errors. Your defence is terrified, Shakespeare's on fire. Is that how you do it? Number 61. Speaking of willies, sausages. That was the most immature thing I think I've ever done. Sausages are very popular here in the UK. They were introduced by the Romans around AD 400, and there are now 470 recipes for British bangers. Number 62. Our smallest
Wait. They call a sausage a banger? Yeah, I don't know.
city is St David's in Pembrokeshire with a population of 1,797. In my mind, it's exactly like Hot Fuzz over there. Number 63.
Hot Fuzz, that was a really funny movie.
The highest temperature ever recorded in England was 38.5 Celsius, which is 101.3 Fahrenheit. Hey, 101. On August the 10th, 2003. Every single man in the UK probably took their top off and got immensely sunburnt, because that, after all, is the British way.
I mean, for being as far north, I actually am a little surprised that it gets so hot. Obviously over here, that can be an average summer day in some areas. Where I'm at, our average summer day is about 95 to 100 with high humidity, so it is miserable. But yeah, again, being so far north, I'm a little surprised by that.
Nintendo 64. However, the UK's weather is renowned for raining all the pissing time, and yes, that can be true. In fact, the Met Office found that in Snowdonia, the Lake District, and the Scottish Highlands, they receive more than 4 metres of rainfall in a year. 4 metres! Number 65. Le Français was actually the official language of England for around 300 years, from 1066 till about 1362. Sounds like I was there, or I wasn't actually, I'm not that old, although sometimes I do feel it. Number 66. If you think we're all stuffy and boring over here, well, let me tell you we're bloody not. In fact, the world's second largest second-hand book market can be found in Hay-on-Wye, a small village at the border of England and Wales. So yeah, I think we know how to party, thank you very much. Number 67. The village is also famous for proclaiming itself independent from the UK in 1977, with a man named Richard Booth proclaiming himself the king, just as I have, of this VO booth. Bow, loyal subject. Not you, Clive, you're too close. Number 6.
Is that an actual thing? Like, is a place just allowed to declare independence from the UK? They actually allow that? That would be an interesting thing to know. I mean, like that's something you can't do over here for sure. You can't just claim an area and be like, oh, it's an independent nation.
68. The UK, or rather Britain, used to put a flag down and claim, basically own/takeover/destroy, many of today's independent countries to add to the vast British Empire. It wasn't pretty. Sorry about that. How bad? Number 69. During World War II, decolonisation took place, and the British Commonwealth was formed, which unified these countries into an intergovernmental group. 54 nations were a part of the Commonwealth, with Queen Lizzie at its head. Number 70. We here in the UK love news. So much, in fact, that the average person in the UK gets through around 38 kilograms of newspapers every year. Number 71. People from the city of Liverpool, such as the Beatles, are often known as Scousers. The name is short for lobscouse, which was a Scandinavian stew eaten.
That looks kind of good. I don't know what it is, but it kind of looks good.
By the sailors who visited the port. So yes, Liverpudlians, you're named after food. The more you know. Number 72. This is Big Ben, isn't it? Wrong!
What? How is that not Big Ben?
This is Big Ben, the bell inside.
I feel so stupid now. I thought it was the clock.
Not the actual clock. The clock tower itself is called Elizabeth Tower. Okay? There. Schooled you there, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so aggressive, sorry. Number 73. East Peckham in Kent, has a unique claim to fame. It's the place where the first ever speeding ticket was issued in January of 1896. A man named Walter Arnold was spotted doing 8 miles per hour in a 2 miles per hour zone. Go speed racer. But was easily apprehended by a policeman riding a bicycle. Number 74. Before we had the pound sterling, we had other monies that sound like the stuff you find in Gringotts. We had farthings, shillings and pennies. 4 farthings equaled a penny, 12 pence equaled 1 shilling, and 20 shillings equaled a pound. So if you ever go back in time, remember that. Number 75. Birmingham is the second largest city in the UK. Chances are you've probably been to a Birmingham, as there are 30 other places called Birmingham around the world. And off it. There's even a crater on the moon with the same name, although you probably haven't been there, and if you say you do, I frankly don't believe you.
Yeah, I've never been to. Oh, wait, actually, there was a Birmingham where in my state, so I guess I have actually been to a place called Birmingham. We even have a country song called Paint Me Birmingham. So yeah, it's a pretty popular name.
Number 76. If you're visiting Norfolk, watch out for jaspers, also known as wasps, and try not to step on any dodmans, also known as snails. The more rural parts of the county have their own words for many things, including ladybirds, known as bishy barney bees, and
Bishy barney bees? They're not even close to a bee.
money, known as cuta. I wonder if they have a word for the pedestrianisation of Norwich city centre.
Scum. Subhuman scum.
Number 77. According to British law, it's still perfectly legal to kill any Scotsman who enters the city of York if he happens to be carrying a bow and arrow. So, yeah, watch out for that. York.
I mean, the odds of you seeing a Scot, and then obviously, of course, the odds of you actually doing it, and you would probably still get charged regardless. But that is really one of those like random like laws on a book that is like still exists. And there's some of those over here, but yeah, that's a little extreme. That should be taken off the books probably.
Yorkish, Scottish archers. Number 78. Killing a swan is a lawful offence in the UK, even if the swan started it by insulting a wife, or perhaps saying your pants look a bit too tight. This is because swans legally all belong to the crown, and therefore are property of the Queen, so killing or injuring a swan carries a penalty of £5,000, or 6 months in jail.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit like bald eagles here, since they're the national bird. It's a federal crime, and you can easily go to prison for killing or like hurting one.
Number 79. In St George's Churchyard in Gravesend, there's a life-size statue of Princess Pocahontas, the daughter of a Native American chieftain who is buried in the grounds. She was visiting the area with her English husband, but died of fever, probably not Saturday night fever, but, you know, the lethal one, in 1617. Number 80.
I mean, I had no idea. Obviously, I've heard Pocahontas. I knew that she married, I think, John Smith, and that they went over to England. I had no idea that she was actually buried there. I would have assumed that she was buried somewhere here. I mean, it's kind of cool that she actually is buried there. That she got to leave the Americas and travel and experience other culture and stuff. Is, I mean, very unique for that time for Indians. Sorry, Native Americans.
Unlike places like, say, Australia, our wildlife is very unlikely to kill you unless you're on the Hogwarts grounds or any high street after 9 PM on a Saturday. Our wildlife includes foxes, badgers, owls, squirrels, ducks, robins, and hedgehogs. No killer spiders here. Yet. Number 81. That being said, though, we do have a native venomous snake in the UK called the adder, but it's pretty meek and will only bite as a last resort. Nobody has died from its bite in over 20 years. Number 82.
Yeah, we have some deadly creature or animals in the U.S., but it's relatively low. We have a few spiders, a couple snakes, and then we have some of the big animals like bears, mountain lions. But for the most part, we are actually pretty relatively have very mild animals. Like, you really don't have to worry about an animal killing you, even if you like just go out in the woods or something. I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm just saying that like the odds of it are really low.
Eating a mince pie on Christmas Day was set to be illegal in England thanks to Oliver Cromwell. The law was put in place in an effort to stop gluttony. However, the ban was abolished when Charles II
God, mince pie. I've never had one, but that looks good.
became king, so never came into practice. Number 83. The national anthem... No, not you, Radiohead. The other one, God Save the Queen, or King, was first performed publicly in 1745 at London's Theatre Royal in Drury Lane, after a performance of Ben Jonson's play The Alchemist. There you go, that'll help you out on a pub quiz. Number 84. These three golden lions are the symbols of England's crest, and also appear on England's football team's symbol too. All together now. 3 lions on the shirt. The lions come from Henry I, known as the Lion of England. He is a lion, and you're gonna hear him roar.
It's like, I think that's Katy Perry.
Number 85. This random assembly of stones is known as Stonehenge.
Hello, Stonehenge!
Yes, thank you, Doctor. Stonehenge stands on Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire and is a very popular tourist spot to this day, but nobody knows why it was built, or even how.
I thought I heard some theories that it was built for to determine like the equinox and time. I think that's what I heard. So it was definitely built for a purpose. How they built it, actually, I don't know. I have no idea.
Number 86. What we do know, though, apart from that Pandorica is very nearby, is that it was built around 3000 BC, and construction was spread over many hundreds of years. The last changes were made in the early Bronze Age in around 1500 BC. Number 87. The British Library in London is the largest library in the world.
No, that's a really good thing to be known for, like to have the largest library. That's awesome.
It has more than 170 million items catalogued, and hopefully soon in the future my autobiography, Love is the Oldest Law, writes the Sam and Jen story. Number 88. United Kingdom is one of the only countries in the world without a written constitution. Of course, we still have laws and stuff. It's not quite anarchy in the UK, sorry Sex Pistols, but nobody's actually bothered to write the laws down. Number 8.
Wait, like there's no constitution, meaning like there's no written law from when it first started, or like there's no written laws? I would imagine Parliament would have written laws. It wouldn't make sense otherwise if you just would forget them all the time. So I'm just a little confused what he means exactly.
89. England's first telephone directory was published in 1880 and only had 248 names and addresses in it.
I mean, that still seems like a lot for 1880 to have 248 names.
Number 90. In its past, London has had some far flashier names, including Londinium, Ludenwick, and Ludenberg.
I like Ludenberg. That sounds cool.
Number 91. The UK is also the home of the wonderful NHS, or National Health Service. This provides free healthcare for all citizens of the country due to being paid for through taxes. Which is nice because if you trip over a hedgehog and scuff your knee, it won't cost you anything. Result. Number 92. There are 1.4 million employees within the health service, helping out those who have fallen over hedgehogs everywhere. And they're all amazing. Thanks, guys. You the best. Also, government, pay them more.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like quite a few, based off the population, so...
Number 93. It's not just hedgehogs, though, that the NHS have to deal with. On average, 488 people are injured by zips, and 3,078 people are injured by slippers every year in the UK. They are dangerous, though. Look at them. Ooh, don't trust them. Number 94. Asgard seems to be a big hit here, sadly for all you Garys out there. The name Gary is, as of 2013, less popular in the UK than both the names Thor and Loki.
People are naming their children Thor and Loki. I mean, I know the movies are popular and stuff, but...
Number 95. England was part of the shortest war in history. They fought Zanzibar in 1896, and Zanzibar surrendered after 38 minutes. Number 96.
I mean, again, for the country that did probably the most warring, I mean, I'm not surprised that they have the shortest war. I mean, especially with their army. Like, they just show up and be like, surrender, and it's like, oh, yep, okay, we're done. We're good.
6. A relative of Shakespeare on his mother's side, Edward Arden, was arrested for plotting against Queen Elizabeth I. He was imprisoned in the Tower of
That's a nice castle.
London and executed there. Write a poem about that, Willie. Number 97. Speaking of old Bill Shakespeare, he only left his wife one thing in his will. It says, I gave unto my wife my second best bed with the furniture. I hope that bed was okay. Sorry, Anne Hathaway. No, not that one, the other. Yeah, there you go. Number 98. With 37 plays, 154 sonnets, the plays that he collaborated on, and the lost plays, Shakespeare wrote an average of 1.5 plays a year since he first started in 1589. That's all very well and good, but could he do 101 facts about any given topic?
Little shout out to his own channel, I like that.
Probably. Number 99. This fact is something that you can repeat word for word in order to sound cleverer. You're welcome. Here we go, ready? Shakespeare is most often referred to as a playwright of the Elizabethan era, but his most popular plays were written after Elizabeth's death. His later plays show distinct characteristics of the Jacobean dramas, like, duh, obviously. Number 100! Shakespeare has been credited by the Oxford English Dictionary for introducing around 3,000 words to the English language. It's been
Okay, I didn't know it was like 3,000, but I knew he invented a lot of words, which is really cool. Like for one guy to invent 3,000 words, that's awesome. I don't know how he like just came up with new words that hadn't existed before. It just seems weird, but I mean, yeah, that's cool.
estimated that his vocabulary ranged from 17,000 to 23,000 words. Number 101. An Anglophile is not something that puts you on a register, but is rather defined as someone who loves England and Britain. Are you
That kilt.
an Anglophile? Let me know in the comment below. Also, I know you've got to this point, and I'll be really, really impressed. Really impressed. I'll give your comment likes and everything.
Okay, I think that's it for the video. Wow. Sorry that it took so long. It's definitely gonna be my longest video so far. But yeah, I loved that was hilarious. He did a great job. A lot of interesting facts. So whoever watches this and actually watches all the way through, just go ahead and if you're from the UK, let me know like what's true and not true. Obviously, you don't have to go through all 101. Just whatever sticks out to you would be awesome to know about. Anyway, yeah, that is it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. And if you watched it this far, please give it a like and comment. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and help me out, and that would be awesome. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.